It's not. There's no dots. What's going on?
I'm gonna give it time too, so.
But usually there's dots.
Dots for what? Okay, you're good.
It's good.
Yeah, you're live. You're good.
Okay. All right. All right. Gotta go back to this. Intro.
You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
What's up, guys? It's just me. It feels weird to be right here. Happy noon, high noon, middle of the day, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is. So I'm gonna be making basically what you saw in the thumbnail. One of these, it's a rhombus tiling. Yeah, but it's gonna be within a frame, like this big. So yeah, it's I guess we'll just go over there because that's where everything's at, and it's just me. Like I said, my mom's not here to help me with anything, so bear with me. And if you have any crafting questions, hopefully you guys in the chat will help me with those because I'm very new at all of this. So let's go overhead. All right. So there's a mess of tiles up here, and I did not cut my thumb. That was a marker. I'll explain that in a minute. So I went ahead and cut out these stencils, but also it made the pieces for what I'm using. So I cut out 3 of them, so I have a bunch of extra, so you can use it for other crafting projects and whatnot. So we're gonna move this one out of the way. And I went ahead and kind of started to have this ready here. So on here, I went ahead and put the marker around where this frame would be to kind of help me where I want it, if this is making any sense at all. So with it, I put those 3 pieces on, glued those down. So then that frame would go right here. So that kind of gives me an idea of where the frame's gonna be. So if there's this little slither of piece right here, I don't need to put this whole one in. So. Then I guess I'm just gonna start this. And then you also want to make sure that you don't put too much glue. Because you don't want it to stick to the stencil. So always just make sure it's pushed down real good. We're just gonna go through this section here, and then you want to kind of pull up the stencil so it doesn't stick to make sure there's no glue on it. And I'm putting the foil side, it's foil craft board, to regular craft board because it's harder to glue down to it. So I'm just kind of. And the nice thing about these is you can use these on anything. You don't have to make what I'm making. I'm just making a little card that says thank you because that's what we're doing. But you can make it as a background in a shadow box where you can put it on a big piece of whatever. As long as you have this, you don't need a bigger, unless you're gonna make bigger pieces. You can make it smaller or bigger, however you want to do it. You could even just glue them down right next to each other and whatnot. But I wanted the little space. It shows a little bit more. It makes it pop in the end there. But you say you wanted to make something on a wall, like a picture on the wall. You could just, like, this is set up like that, but really you could just do it again, like down here. So if you're making it go this way, you can keep going with it, if you understand what I'm saying. I need to look at the chat. All right. Someone's singing though. And then I find it easier to just stick with one of the colors. I mean, right now I've been kind of just going back and forth, but like the blue, I'll go ahead and put some of the blue ones down here. Don't get stuck, glue. Don't get stuck. Make sure it's being able to pull up. So like this one, so the each color will go the same way. So like the blues all in this horizontal line here, and then the silver will go really however color you want to do it, but the color that you choose, the color I'm doing is silver, will go in this like leaning left vertical, and then the gold will lean right vertical. So then it's really easy to figure out which way everything goes. Make sure everything lifts up so nothing's sticking. And then I'm not, like I said, I'm not too worried about the ones that's going to be hanging off, because I'm going to glue the frame on here, and then I will just cut off all the excess, whatever's hanging over. My English is not good with me today. Like I like this because it's like an illusion, you know, like I like different illusion things, and this is another one that you could use with the veneer, just cutting out the 3 different colors or, you know, types of wood. And with the stencil, everything goes together very easily, as long as you don't glue it down like I did on the first one. On this one, it's like little cubes or like wavy paper. And there is today is the last day for the Cricut sale. What's the things that you get in that? Is it?
It's in the description, but it's 40% off.
Yeah,
Materials and accessories, and 30% off storage.
So everything's in the description, but if you go to the, here, we're gonna take a. That's not what I want. Yeah, it is. Okay. field trip. Where's OBS? Field trip to design space. That's what we're making right now. We're gonna slide this over here. We're gonna go back to OBS. All right. This right here, if you click on that link, this one, and use my mom's code I am happy. So the sale right now, today is the last day, and you get 40% off. And then if you're an Access member, you get an additional 10% off. And then if you use I am happy as promo code, you get another 10% off. So that's it's the last day. You gotta use that. Gotta go for that. All right, we're going back over. Field trip over. All right. Oh no. See, I used too much glue on that one, so it's kind of started going off the edge there. And I'm not worried about losing place of this because I can use it at any location. And another reason why I got 3 of these, because I mean it is craft board, but if you do accidentally glue one down, like one of these little thin lines here, I have another one, and I have another one, just in case. And it's a good way to just get all your pieces too. Yes, I will for sure have a lot of extras, but that's what the baggie is for. There it is. You put them in a baggie and you save them for another project. Okay. Nope, going this way. Very quiet by myself. Used to, I need the chat. I can't see the chat. I'm looking back at the computer. There we go. Yeah, basically, Joan. That's what it seems like. Is it focused? Are we good? Okay. It's very strange sitting in the captain's chair. It's a lot nicer of a chair than the one I usually sit in. That one's gonna give me trouble. There we go. Sometimes it seems tough to get these through the stencil because they're the exact size, so it fits really tight sometimes. So sometimes it's better just hold down on the piece and then just slightly pull up on the stencil. Oh, no, wrong way. Close one, very close. This is my pattern. It's just a bunch of little diamonds, and then you put them together and you change the way they go. But I went through all the work of spacing them where they need to be, and yeah, it's all. There's files, right, for these?
Yeah, they're in the description.
Yeah, the files for these are in the description. And then there is also the vinyl, right? You got the vinyl one? No, the vinyl file?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're gonna put it on something with vinyl, it's also just everything's attached, so you don't have to put in one piece at a time. Do I have the new emoji? See, one of the papers slipped on the Cricut machine, so I cut that. So I'm not worried about throwing that one away because I have tons more. I just gotta keep reminding myself, speak louder. They can't ever hear you. Speak louder. Yeah, don't worry about if it's crooked. It's no big deal. Just don't point it out to people. That's what people keep telling me. They're like, "Oh, if you mess up, just don't point it out because then they don't realize it until you point it out." But that's why I made these lines up here. So these top little red lines go to the edge. They're supposed to go to the edge of the black paper underneath. And then the inner line is where the frame will be. So that's the frame that's going to be going around. And for me, that was just easier to kind of see where I needed to put everything down to make it as simple as I could. And if I'm doing it, I promise you guys can do this. And like I say, you don't even need the stencil if you don't want the spaces in between. But I like the look of it, like it's like little edges almost. Okay. And I'm only putting glue in the center, not around the edges. Oh, no, stop, no. Don't fall on pieces. Okay. So I'm only putting glue in the center, not around the edges, so when I push it down, it will expand out a little bit, but it won't go all the way out to the edge. Because if it goes all the way out the edge, that's a good way to glue your stencil down. And I did that on my first piece, this piece, right there. It glued down. But here I am showing you my mistakes. This chair is super squeaky. Nope, we're not using that piece. There's marker on top of that one. We're almost done already. No more blue ones are needed. This one is gold. Like you could put like words on this or something. You could put this on in a frame, and you can put photos, pop photos up on it, and it just gives it a cool background. Lots of different things. Man, this chair is so squeaky, like hardly moving. So yeah, you can tell it's not quite straight. The stencil itself, it's very slightly coming down to the side here, but it's okay. Hopefully I can just cut this decently, so don't cut too much stuff off. Let's see. Yeah, it seems like every time I go to do something, someone asks for these colors, so I figured I will just make a whole project with these colors. Moments of truth. Sweet. So I'll put my stencil over there. Put glue in my hand. Make sure to put your pin in the glue so it doesn't dry up. Pull your fingers together. Oh, I'm not done with the glue. Alright, so I'm gonna put that onto here as just I couldn't really think of anything, so my mom was like, you should just make a thank you card. So it's like, okay, so we're just doing a thank you card, but black cardstock would look a lot better. I agree, but I already cut out the white, so and I wasn't sure how well, because I have the thank you on here. I didn't draw that. The Cricut machine did, and it's glitter. There it is. But I wasn't sure how well it would pop up on there, but you could do any color you want. And here's the but yeah, I think the black cardstock would look a lot better than the white, but for this example, I'm going to use white. Go ahead and glue down the frame, which is black foil craft board. Okay, I knew that question was coming. What font? Okay, we're gonna go do another field trip. Oh, that is not the button I wanted to hit. Okay, I don't know how to get rid of this. I'm just gonna hide it down here. So I need to switch you guys over to design space. The font I used. How do I do this here? Okay. A Frightful Affair. So, which is weird because it doesn't look like that normally. So we're just gonna make some letters there. We're gonna do something else. Okay. So writing, but we're gonna go to the font, and it's actually this one here. So it doesn't ever, you don't really see it as writing unless you have it on writing. But you wouldn't think that this is that. But it's pretty cool. It's different. So yeah, go ahead and hit that like button, which is also a little thumbs up. So, how do we go? Overhead. There we go. There we are. Uh-oh. Black foil craft board. Yes. Yeah, the black foil is the frame. I'm trying to catch up on some of the chat here. Okay, I think. It does kind of look like right down. All right. Yes, I know what that is. That is something. I'm getting a phone call. Decline. Putting the pin back in the glue. No. Oh no. Okay, well, looks like I'll deal with that later. I need some scissors. She made sure to tell me which scissors to use. Ones that say paper on them. And I'm going to attempt. I should just use the little knife. Where's that knife at? Oh, alright, it didn't. It turned out better than I thought. Oh no, my frame isn't perfect. What will I ever do? We're just going to cut the... It's not perfect. Don't cut the frame. I'm not good with scissors. Pieces shooting everywhere. Oops. Try to get all the little pieces that I just cut off. Try to. Get these out of the way. Alright. So yeah, this is basically what I was going to make, but I was told it needed to be on something. So let's go on this paper. And it would look so much better on black, but it doesn't look too bad, I guess. But yeah, goggles would be good. Those like old school like airplane goggles. I should get some of those. Pilot's goggles. Too much glue. I should try to find some of those for Thursday night's video. My mom will be back Thursday night. By Thursday night. For Thursday night's video. Alright. I'm just going to put this right in the front. The frame isn't quite perfect. Oh no. Good thing this glue that I'm using by May Made It Art Glitter Glue dries clear. or I'll just get it all over my fingers. It doesn't look too bad on white. Seeing it on camera, it doesn't look too bad. And then I'll just put it down, and then it says thank you because I couldn't think of anything else. You know what? I'm going to do something else too. Not sure how well this is going to work, so we're going to go ahead and do it anyways. I'm going to make there. So that's a little of the outside to the inside. Covered up a little bit of the tea, but that's okay. So, that's me. That is me right there. Yeah. So the first one I made, tested to see if I was gonna do this, and then I made this one. I like those colors. Those colors work really well together. And then the little inside one. And that's what it would look like if you didn't do any spaces in between. I mean, you can still kind of see the white paper behind it, but not too bad. Let's see. Oh yeah, you could seal the envelope with one. That's cool. That's a good idea. Thank you. Thank you. And I also want to thank you guys for the ones that have subscribed to my channel, The Beard Adventures. Not The Beard Adventures, just Beard Adventures. For helping me get to that 1,000 mark. And I will be going live soon on there once they update it or whatever on there. But make sure, we're going to do this again. Where's this page at? This one goes over here. Today's the last day for this, the sale. So you gotta go do that stuff. We're gonna go over here, right here. Oops, click on the wrong thing here. Click on that. You go there, you get 40% off all materials. All materials, 40% off. And then if you're an Access member, you get your 10% off. And then if you use I am happy, you get another 10% off. So make sure to go do that. And we'll go back. And that's all. It's only been 34 minutes. I thought it was gonna be longer, but I guess it wasn't. So really, you guys can do this and it doesn't take long. I mean, the cutting takes just about as long as making it itself. Let's see. I'm reading the chat, sorry. I try to throw different into some things. I mean, you could put another one down over here, put whatever you want. You could put like a photo up here or something, I don't know. But I figured if you want to make, like I showed in the beginning, if you wanted to put it on a bigger sheet or something around the wall, you could use the stencil everything's backwards, so I gotta think here. Oh, this is so difficult. Okay. So it's like that, and you can just move it along the edge, just farther and farther. You can use the same stencil. You don't have to make a bigger one. But if you want to use smaller pieces, you can open a file and make everything smaller. So. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you Thursday night at 8 p.m. Toodles!